Okay, good evening. Welcome to a video by AntiquesArena. My name is Walter O'Neill. I'm a UK reseller. I buy and sell antiques, collectibles, and anything I can that I like to flip for a profit. Nice unusual live tonight. I don't do lives that often. I got a small haul for you. A couple of really sweet things, but one thing, I don't know if I can sell it. I'll share that with you in a little bit. And we'll just have a look at what I got and we'll go from there. So before I get started, I want to give a massive shout out to Nick and Andrea. They finally had their keys today for their new property, and it is absolutely spectacular. If you haven't seen their video showing the new property, go check them out, Nick and Andrea Hills. They put a video out this week showing the new property that they're going to turn into a partial B&B and so forth. It's absolutely huge and beautiful. It looks like a listed building. It's absolutely stunning. The beams going through the ceilings was gorgeous. So yeah, massive congratulations to you two. Before we get into the video and showing you some of the things, I put out a couple of points this week, a couple of questions. Basically, I'm going to do a few lives over the next few weeks. If anybody wants any questions answered, I'm going to do a Q&A. If you can hit me up with your questions beforehand, it'll give me a chance to do any research if I need to do any research in order to give you an accurate answer to your question. And I will be dealing with questions that have come through before the ones live on the video on the day. Richard, I will say hello to you in a minute, and I have had your question. I've also been asked, one of the questions was to do a comparison of selling on eBay versus your own website. How hard is it? How feasible, is it a steady regular income and costs involved? And we're going to do a live video just on talking about the website and eBay next week. That's one of the films I got scheduled. And I've also got a nice interesting one in fakes on the car boot sale. How to spot fakes, what are the most common faked items and things you find at car boot sales. So that's another one I'm going to schedule in over the next week or two. But as I said, I'm going to do a Q&A. So if you've got any questions, send them to me either through the website, which is here, or contact me here, leave them in the comments, wherever you want. And hopefully we'll get a nice load of questions prepared, ready for the live. So I'll say good evening to you, Rich, since you're the only one who's commented so far. It is an early one. So I'm going to start off with my question mark. As I said to you, I bought a beautiful, sweet little thing today, and I don't know if I can sell it. So hopefully more people will come in and join in the chat in a little bit. I didn't give no notice. It is a spur-of-the-moment decision to come online. So this was what I bought, and I don't know if I can sell it, and I'll tell you why in a minute. This is probably a 1930s or 40s. It's got a label on it. Chilton Toys. And it is a little push along. Now, as you can see, he's quite sad. He's lost an eye, but he's very, very loved. He's an old mohair one. He's been stroked damage on the back. He's got some balding on the back and on his head. You can see there. And I absolutely adore him. But that's not the reason I'm in an RN as to whether I can sell it. Now, I picked that up. I'll show it to you again in just a minute. I picked that up at my local car boot sale this week for £20. And I tried sneaking it in the house, and that happened. My beautiful little girl caught a glimpse of it and screamed the place down. She does not want Daddy to sell it. And what the little girl wants, the little girl normally gets. I haven't decided yet. I haven't said she can have it, but how can you sell it when you got a little baby doing that, screaming? Now, I know it's spoilt. She is spoilt. But she absolutely fell in love with it as soon as she saw it. So I may keep it. It is absolutely beautiful, and I do like old teddy bears. And he's an old terrier. I may see if I can get a new eye for him. It's quite sad with a missing eye. Or I may put a button on him. I don't know. Other than that, it's missing a screw here, and they've used a bit of garden twine, believe it or not, to hold him together. But yeah, beautiful little thing. You wouldn't believe the prices they pull, but I'm not going to go into prices because I can't sell it. If I sold that, I would no longer be the hero to that little girl. So 20 quid, it's neither here nor there. It's going to be kept in the house. She may play with it, but it's not going to be hers. It will end up being sold in time. It'll go up on the website. But for now, it's a beaut. And for 20 quid, it's absolutely gorgeous. Hello, Raymond. An Airedale Terrier. I knew it was a terrier, so Airedale. Yeah, fabulous. Thank you. So yeah, I bought that. She absolutely loves it. And how can you part with cuteness like that and seeing how upset she was? So yeah, that one's probably going to be kept for now. As is, very rare do I buy toys unless it's like a stuffed teddy bear or Stife or something like that. But I grew up watching Thundercats. I know it's not the normal thing I buy. And I bought these to put them in my little cabinet. I got a curio cabinet downstairs of, I got a Back to the Future car. I got Gremlins. I got Avengers stuff. Well, I've now got a little group of Thundercats dolls, figures, Tigra, Lion-O, and Chitara. I think that's their names, if I remember right. It's been a long, long time. But I saw those on the boot sale. They were £1. And I thought, I'm going to have those. And they're going to stand in my little curio cabinet. They're not for sale. I don't know what they're worth. I doubt they're worth a lot of money. But what do they buy? So 1968? It can't be 68. 88 maybe. Hang on. I haven't got my eyeglass on me either. Use my phone. Little tip there if you can't see. 1985 by T. Wolfe. So they are original, 1980s, which would have been when I watched them on the first time round. But they were £1. So for me, they were just a bit of fun. I have got one big tip for you. I have shared it in the past. I bought a tea set. About 30 Hello Wax Clothing Co. About 30 to 40 for the 3. Well, that's not bad for the £1. But they'll go in my curio cabinet. But they are original ones, 85, so that's good. Anyway, I've given a tip before on Saddler teapots. I have, and I've told you how much money they're selling, and I'm going to show you in just a moment. But I bought a tea set. Bear with me while I unpack it, because I haven't even unpacked this stuff. I have been absolutely non-stop. But I want to share this with you, because all the dealers walked past it, despite the tips I was given last time. And I have mentioned Saddler teapots now a few times. See, I'm only now unwrapping it. I haven't even looked at it since buying it. So, I have a double-sided, yes, a 3-piece tea set. This is the Stagecoach by Saddler. And it is what it says on the tin, Saddler, England. There you go. This clearly states Saddler on them. So I got the teapot, a sugar bowl and cover, a little sugar bowl and cover, and the milk jug. And I'm not kidding you, there must have been 10 or 15 dealers stood at the stall before I got there, and not one of them bothered picking it up. Not one. Oh, look at these. Now, there ain't a tea set of that sold, of the Stagecoach that I could find, is it? But I just want to share with you, let me just check I'm sharing, yeah. I just want to share with you some of the prices of the Saddler teapots. There's one there in the same barrel shape, but with the crinoline lady, £525, best offer took. These are sold prices before anyone says, they're asking prices. These are sold. £609, £500, £465. Look at the prices of them. I did manage to find a single teapot up for sale of the Stagecoach that I got, but not a full tea set. Unless the prices, and they come all the way down, obviously, but look at the prices on them. You can't get that for some of the 18th century stuff. I found There it is. On Etsy, that one. There are others. There's one there for 38. And there was another, what was it? 38. Oh, it's a tea set there. Stagecoach tea set. Didn't you see that? So there you go. It's Stagecoach tea set, Art Deco, barrel shape. And they want £120. That's an asking price, granted. But I wanted you to see the prices of Sadler teapots. And that cost me a whole £5. But there must have been a dozen dealers at the stall and walking away from the stall, and not one person picked it up. £5 for the 3 pieces. That's not each. You know, that's the teapot, sugar bowl. It's £1 out a piece. And if you count the lids, it is £1 a piece. And if you're overseas, the US dollar is not far off 1 for 1. I think it's 1.1 for 1 now. So for every £10, it's like $11 at the moment, somewhere along there. It's really close. That's how weak the pound is. Takes me back. I did give the tip a while back because I bought a Sadler teapot down in Splot for like £3. And that one, just for the teapot, it sold for £750. That's up for sale for, I think, 200, 300, 400 quid, something like that on the website. So definitely keep your eyes open for Sadler. Next, I had a little gem of a buy. I stumbled on a new charity shop. I was told about it by a couple of people at the car boot sale this week in Tiraberth. Unfortunately, Gethley Gate is finished now for the season. Tiraberth has got till the end of the month, so another 2 weeks, but the weather's not looking great. Abergavenny's finished. They're all just shutting down now for the end of the season. So to find a nice big new charity shop was really handy. And you got, there's the ticket, blue and white milk glass, £4. It's actually slag glass. And inside, I don't know if you can see, the right imber there you go, you can see it, is a Victorian lozenge mark. And I talked about them in a video the other day, and I've done a video on how to date them, because you can date this item down to the exact day, month, and year it was made. And again, the Victorian lozenge mark is right by there. And these are non-milk glass. Well, slag glass is a form of pressed glass made with opaque and coloured glass. The most common is purple, and the rarest is blue. And £4 a piece. And blue is the rarest colour. Blue, brown, and green, they're the rarest colours, but purples and that, they're quite common. And I've got cream jug and sugar bowl. Now, because they got the lozenge mark, they're going to be English. This stuff has been called marble glass and so forth. It has been made in America as well. But Davidson and Sowerby both made these. I don't know who made these particular ones, but Sowerby and Davidson both made slag glass. But yeah, £4 each. And that should be like 50 quid for the jug and bowl. 45, £50 by there. So that's a nice little item. I also had this. And as per usual, with my mild dyslexia, I can't read the signature. I can read the writing. It says La Bonne Crêpe, Battersea Park Road. And it is, I think, it's like a pastel. So it's French. And let me see if I can zoom in on the artist there. Someone may I be able to read that or identify that. Yeah, that's my ring light coming up there now. I'm actually filming up in the bedroom at the moment, and it's dark and very rare for me to film this time of night. Anyway, it cost me £2, and it's nicely done. It's got a good look to it. Don't think it's very old, especially when you look at the back, unless it's been reframed, but I don't think it's got any age really. It was reframed in Battersea, London. 61 Broomwood Road, Battersea, London. Specialist framers and art dealers. But I think the pastel will be French. I'm pretty sure they're French. and it's just been brought home by somebody who's been on all these souvenir piece or something like that. But it was £2. So that's a nice little thing. Hopefully somebody will recognize it. Hello, Carl. The lazy, I like that, the lazy reseller. Next, I had this bit of, well, traditional, I suppose. It's got a tiny bit of pitting or on the corner over there. You can see it. Now, I actually done a video not that long ago where I bought a new silver plating liquid, and I done a live on video, did it work, and it actually did work. So go check that out. You'll find that in my how-to section. So I can clean that off, and I can actually reapply a bit of silver where it is pitted. I bought this off a dealer this week, Thursday, and he sold it for a tenner. But I'm not kidding you. EPNS is either on brass or on copper. All right, sometimes on copper, sometimes on brass. But brass is £3 a kilo. And this is about 3 or 4 kilos in weight. It's that heavy. So you work it out. It's like £12 if I want to chuck in my melt pile. But I'm working in Madley tomorrow. So if anyone's in Madley tomorrow, say hello. But this will be going up in Madley tomorrow for about 30 quid, 25, 30 quid. It's got a couple of light scratches that the camera is really exaggerating, but to be honest with you, they're nothing major at all. The camera's picking them up, and I think it might just be the dirty lines picking up on. It's an engraved silver plate, but it has got the verdigris and the pitting just in that one corner. It's obviously got wet, but a really good heavy one, and it was a tenner, so I bought it for less than scrap. And I don't care if I'm buying gold, silver, copper, or brass. If it's under scrap, it's under scrap. If I got it, I'll weigh it all in, but that's a really nice, substantial tray, about 2.5 foot long. We got. Been trying to learn my art. I think it's just one of those things you need to buy for a while. I just buy what I like. Half the time I can't read the signatures. I just go off if I like it or not. It's that simple. And if I like it, then I buy it. If I don't, I don't. But there are Facebook groups that help you value or identify your art. So if you need to, you can take a photograph of the signature, the whole piece, front and back, put it up, and you'll have experts and collectors and so forth will actually help you with identifying the signatures, because I've used it a few times. In fact, let me get the name of it for you. I'm not going to put screen share a second because it'll be on my private account, but let me have a look. Because it is such a handy Facebook group. I think it's Identify and Value My Art. Identify and value paintings. Bear with me. There we go. So this is it. Identify and value my paintings. It's got 33.2 thousand members. Right. It's a private group, so I'm not going to share the posts. But if you join that, there are rules on how you post. But if you're stuck, you can take even unsigned art. You can take photographs of it. They want the entire thing front and back. Close-ups and close-ups of all the signatures and things. Really handy group for identifying art. I use it quite a bit, to be honest with you. Okay, next little thing I had. Is it gonna with a light? Yes, there we go. So I've got a little Art Deco chrome perpetual calendar set on marble, and this bloody light is really driving me nuts. There you go. So it was £4. All the wheels work absolutely beautiful and smooth. There you go. There's all the numbers. 1, 2, 3 there. Yeah. So, and all the days of the week. They are all there. Trust me to hit the blanks. But yeah, in lovely condition. You can see it was £4. Nice marble and in good condition with the chrome. Could do with a bit of a clean, to be honest, I think. But other than that, it's a lovely thing. Nice little Art Deco calendar. I don't know if the tank is worth much. Probably about 15, 20 quid. a nice calendar. But it could always sit on my desk with the fake gold bar I bought last week. Thanks to Sharon and Rob. Right, where we at? Interesting, EPNS is plated brass or copper. I didn't realize that. All EPNS, all that means is electroplated nickel silver, which is basically, it's just a thin micro layer of silver over either copper or brass. That's all it is. Yep. I thought EPNS was nickel silver. Well, there is nickel silver, but it's on brass. It's on brass or copper. And I've been weighing it in for years. And all the scrapyards take it as brass, but it comes under, I think it's brazy, because it's not clean brass, because it's got the silver on top of it. But anytime, because I do a lot of house clearances and auctions, anytime I get any broken bits of EPNS, they go in my scrap pile. Or if it's something I've tried selling on the boot and I can't sell it, like the tray, if I can't sell it, it'll go straight in my scrap pile, and I'll get probably about £2.83 a kilo. I think the price has gone up for everything now. But yeah, the silver plate is either on copper or on brass. That's the next one I had. If you look very closely, you'll see they're all entwined hearts. Make a perfect Valentine's gift for somebody. And this is by Marquis by Waterford. And there's the price tag. Again, the light is playing up. There you go, £2. So a little Waterford bowl, Marquis. Now, Marquis, when I was reading about it today, Waterford is crystal, Irish lead crystal. But apparently Marquis is their imported way. But it's not lead crystal anymore. It's crystalline. So it doesn't actually contain any lead anymore. Or at least there's something like that I was reading today. So that's something I'm going to have to look more into and actually have a look at. But yeah, Marquis for Waterford, and a beautiful little heart bowl. And just a couple of hearts entwined. But for £2 for a Waterford bowl. Yeah, vintage calendars are always fun, easy to list and ship to. Yeah. To be honest, they're usable, innit? Anytime anybody can use something, if they can use it, it's better than just having something to put on a shelf and, not do anything with. So, yeah, I always buy them. If I see them, I buy them, and they tend to sell really, really fast. This is another one I had that 9 out of 10 dealers walk past, because these, if you went back a few years, these we used to chuck in the bin. Just like with all the mid-century furniture now, all the Swedish sideboards and all that, we used to bin all those and put hammers to them and break them up. They were worthless. You couldn't get nothing from them. Now they're all after them. Same with egg coddlers. This is a Royal Worcester one, but this is the large size. And it's got a couple of wrens, I imagine, or some sort of birds. I would imagine a wren, because I've had a few of them in the past. And again, there you go. Royal Worcester, £2. They knew what it was. It's nice and clean. I didn't actually look at this, but have a look at these now. I'll share with you the prices of these. Egg coddler, right. Have a look at these. A single egg coddler there, £221. Sold prices, not asking prices. There's one there against Ray Strawberry, apparently fairy design. £170 is a good collection here for £170, mind. Windsor July monthly series, never heard of it. The one I had was Skippity Rabbit or something like that. There's one there, £110 with a willow. Egg coddlers have really come back in. I'm not sure what the Wren Poles is a group there again. Lots of people sell them by the group. But if you've got a good pattern, Maximum size country kitchen. That's the size I got, but mine isn't going to be worth that. But there's rare patterns. Asterly floral pattern. Granger Worcester, 1897. Here you can go, 72. That's the one I had. Skippity tail egg coddler, £68 for two, but I had the largest one, and I had like £60–70 for one. You can see the prices there. They're crazy money, and so many dealers walk past those. It is shocking. Honestly, I never used to pick them up. And then I got friendly with a couple of dealers, and I used to have a look at this site what they were selling and that. And I saw the egg coddlers go in for 40s and 50s on a regular basis. And I thought, well, I'm no longer leaving them there. And I'm not kidding you. It's not many times I go to a car boot sale and I don't see an egg coddler. I see them most of the time. But most of them go overseas. That's the front of it. Just peel the sticker off there. Most of them, I think, end up in Poland, if I'm not mistaken. But for £2, not going to leave it there. Where we at? Hard to tell, but when I see that shine of metal, I usually pass. Which shine of metal? Do you mean the Worcester, the coddlers? Not sure what you mean there, Carl. You'll have to come back, let me know. But yeah, they're at every single car boot sale, and if you get a good pattern, they're £100. Definitely worth buying. Let's see if I got anything else I want to share. There's only going to be a small haul tonight. I'm off out to Madley in the morning, so anyway, nope. For those of you who come in late, that was my terrier, what I was on about. I might not be able to sell. And if you want to know why, you'll have to rewatch the video, but that was him from Chilton Toys, 1940s. So that's pretty much me done. It's a Saturday night. I'm going to go and have a couple of cans. Unless anybody got any questions to ask quickly, I'm going to go and enjoy my evening, and I'm out very early in the morning for Madley car boot sale. And it doesn't look like there's any questions coming in. So I will say, if you're out in the morning, happy hunting. And hopefully I'll pick a few bits up tomorrow, and we'll get an interesting video out on Monday or Tuesday. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.